I'm here on the UK's most easterly inhabited island, Mersea Island, and I'm at the Old City Hall Fellowship, and I'm here with Andrew French, who is the third generation of his family to lead the fellowship. So Andrew, I'd love to know a little more about the history of the hall. Can you tell me how it all began?
Yes, of course. It was built in 1931 by two spinster ladies because they needed to move their meeting this end of the island where all their ladies lived. They couldn't travel 2 or 3 miles the other end of the island. So this plot of land was empty and they built this place and moved their meeting here. Initially that's all it was, a ladies' meeting once a week.
So what kind of congregation numbers do you get, Andrew? I've heard it's a very small congregation. Perhaps you'd like to tell me a bit more about that.
We draw people from all over, really, from many fellowships, Anglican, Baptist, Salvation Army, and others, like you say, who don't go anywhere but here. The core people, between 12 and 25, we all have the vision that there is another reality of the kingdom of heaven.
So could you tell me about the project that you're running, the building work that you're doing? What are you extending? What are you adding to the building that wasn't there before?
Well, with the advent of the men's breakfasts and then ladies' coffee mornings, and back then we had a much bigger evening congregation actually, we decided that we needed more room, and also the building has not been altered hardly at all since the 1930s, with a little toilet off the kitchen, which these days is a no-no, and the roof was in sore need of replacement, ageing asbestos, which is likely to leak. So we engaged our architect, drew up the plans, and we started the building fund first. 7 or 8 years on, we're more than halfway.
Rosemary Leach and David Stevenson are two of the trustees here at Old City Hall, and I'd like to ask them some questions. Rosemary, can you tell me a little bit of how the vision for this building project came about?
Well, I have to look to my brother Andrew and say it was his vision initially back in 2018, but he'd been thinking about it for a while. This was obviously all pre-COVID, so we talked it over with the trustees and we decided to pray about it and to push the doors and see if they opened, and they did. So here we are now, continuing with our fundraising, trying to reach our goal.
Yeah, and that's quite a goal that you're going to reach.
Yes, yeah. And the perseverance and the dedication, primarily I have to say, of Andrew and his encouragement, and also many people who've helped us along the way with donations and prayer, bring us to this place. And we are quite determined to see it through to fruition, but we need more money.
Of course. So David, obviously the vision is to extend the building, which will mean that more people are able to be accommodated at your various meetings. Going forward for the future, what would you love to see?
We would like to be able to open the doors to more people. There are lots of organisations on the island that would be able to use it.
I'm here with John Fensom, the treasurer of the Old City Hall. John, can you tell me how much money you needed to raise at the beginning of the building project?
The project was costed at £137,000.
Gosh. And how much have you raised so far?
We're significantly over halfway now.
Yeah.
And the shortfall is £47,000.
Wow, okay, and that's all the more remarkable, I think, because you're such a small congregation. Now, can you tell me about how the fundraising started, what ideas you had to raise those funds?
Well, the fundraising started in a very minor way in 2016 with tabletop sales and bring and buy and things like that. And in 2018, the impetus was increased somewhat, and we started fundraising on the island to individual people rather than organisations. The organisations then followed on the island, and after that we started fundraising through grant funding bodies that we researched with help from Church Growth Trust, and we have had some success.
Lovely. So what I'm hearing is that really there were 3 streams of funding, so individual givers, grant funding bodies and local communities on the island who helped you in certain ways.
Yes, and going on concurrently with that, the men's breakfast, which was a major fundraising stream, and the ladies' coffee morning as well.
So Rosemary, how have you found the experience of working with Church Growth Trust? Has it been a helpful relationship?
It's been a very helpful and fruitful relationship. We came across Church Growth Trust whilst we were searching for fundraising bodies to help us, and made contact, and Giles Arnold has been a gem.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
He came and talked to us as trustees, and it got us thinking about the longevity of the leadership and the actual chapel. So he gave us all the information to allow us to forward our association with them, so that they then became owners of the building.
Yes.
And in turn, that gives longevity to the chapel as and when and if none of us are able or fit to be able to carry on the work.
So future-proofing, really.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
And it's been very, very helpful. But he's also helped us an enormous amount with fundraising.
Yeah.
Gave us a long list of fundraising bodies, which we've plodded our way through. Some have been fruitful, some haven't. But it was extremely helpful for him to give us that because it gave us a very good starting point, and it's brought in a lot of money.
So would it be fair to say that you wouldn't be in the position you're in now without Church Growth Trust?
I don't think that we would, to be perfectly honest, because they've given us so much encouragement and information that we've been able to draw on, and it's really been helpful to have Giles as a go-to. Any questions we have, we can go to him, but more importantly, as far as the building and the fellowship are concerned, it's given us longevity.
Paul Gillingham is a member of the congregation here at the fellowship. Paul, what would you say to any churches watching this who are thinking about a project? What advice would you give them?
Undoubtedly, prayer.
Yes.
All about prayer.
Yeah. So what has surprised you about being involved with this building project? What has surprised you seeing as God moves?
I've been amazed at the size of the congregation being so small that we've seen God move with power.
Yes.
And it has truly been wonderful.
Yeah. So to finish up, the advice from this tiny fellowship on Mersea Island is around the 3 Ps, and those are prayer, perseverance and pushing all the doors.